What's up? August here. I'm gonna call this next section the little things, because right now, right about this point, we're just getting all the way down like to the nuts and bolts. There are a lot of things that I need to show you, but then that's the thing. I have to show you stuff now, and it's not gonna translate well when it comes to like telling you about it. So basically, you're just gonna have to pretty much wait until I get out on the trail and I just start showing you things. I'll try to convey what I can, right off the cuff. For example, take toothpaste. Toothpaste does not travel well. You really don't want to, and with the heat and everything, what I recommend is baking soda. You get a little thing with a top on it. You put baking soda in there, and it's cool. You want to brush your teeth, dip your toothbrush in there, baking soda, good to go. You want to wash your clothes, you want to wash your pots, you don't have any soap, little baking soda, shake it up, there you go. You have an upset stomach, what's Alka-Seltzer? Sodium bicarbonate. What's baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate. Stick your finger in some baking soda, wash it down, good to go. You have a flesh wound, a superficial wound, you don't have any hydrogen peroxide, you don't have any alcohol. What do you use? Baking soda. Take a little baking soda, put it on there, throw some water in there, bubbles up, let it run, clean it out. I mean, I can go on forever. So, baking soda. Cotton. Let's talk about cotton for a second. Cotton is not your friend. Cotton and flannel. This isn't a day hike. This isn't walk up in the mountains and then come back to the car. No. I mean, if you go out there with like some cotton drawers and all this other stuff, you're gonna when you're hiking down the trail, you're gonna feel like you got a tennis ball shoved between your legs all the way up in your crotch, and you're gonna be walking with that. And then on the backside, it's just like the trail's giving you a wedgie because it's gonna ride and keep on riding. Flannel and things of that nature. Basically you want the eames, you want polypropylene, you want neoprene, and as far as underwear goes, spandex is always the best way to go as far as I'm concerned, because out there on the trail, friction is not your friend, and all these things like spandex and whatnot, it cuts down on friction. Speaking of friction, they got something out there that's called Easy Glide. Generally marathons use it, and anything that's gonna rub between your legs, your elbows, you take this stuff and you put it on there. It looks like it comes like in a deodorant thing, but I tell you what, you're instantly slick. I mean, that stuff is, it's like KY jelly, except there's no jelly, it's just slick. So Easy Glide, remember that. Boots. Okay, listen, I'm no outfitter. You can take this advice or you can leave it. If you see me on the trail 2012 and you say something like, I took your advice with boots and I waste my money, man, you blah blah blah. So this is what I'm saying, dude. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm saying it from the posture of a full disclosure. You know what I'm saying? Take the information with, do what you want. Let's say you wear a size 10, okay? I would tell you go with a size 11, all right? And to make up the difference as far as your foot space, buy some foot insoles and put it in the boot. If you need to, fine, buy 2 foot insoles, put it in the boot. Just tie your boots up and wear your boots the way you normally wear your boots. When you get out there in the trail and your feet start to swell, because they're going to start to swell, take out one. When your feet start to swell again, it gets bigger, take out another one. You'll never put them back. What you're doing is your body is gradually wide, everything is just starting to work its way out. And then, the only problem with that is that when you're talking about a leather boot, it's going to take that much more for the boot itself to break in, and it's the reason why, because you don't have the pressure pushing up against the leather. You're going from under the sole. But I don't really see how that's going to be a problem, but to each his own. I just had to put it out there. Rather than sit there and go off the trail and buy another pair of boots, I see people do it all the time. I mean, 2 weeks in, they're buying another pair of hiking boots. And I tell you, hiking boots are not inexpensive. Those things are very expensive. So I just tell you, circumvent that right at the jump. Get them bigger. You can always wear 2 pair of socks. You can always put another foot insole in there. But there you go. All right. It never fails. You get out there on a trail and you get these people. You look at their food bag and boy, they look like one of Santa's elves. It's like, dude, Mr. Saint Nick, you got anything into their food bag? It's huge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you're not Kris Kringle, you're not Santa Claus. If your food bag is that big, can you imagine how much weight is sitting there on your shoulders? And so they go in their food bag and they just start pulling things out. Salt, pepper, a condiment, a this, a that, a da 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 da. Okay, this is what I'll tell you. When you hold up. Okay. I don't have any right now, but check this out. When you're making your food, okay? Just make your food. That doesn't make sense. Everything you want to pack, you got your salt, you got your pepper, you're like, okay, what do I want to take? This is what you do. You take a Ziploc bag. Let's say you got some macaroni. Let's say you got some ramen. Let's say you got some dehydrated sausage. Rather than pack a pack of macaroni, a pack of sausage, salt, pepper, this is what you do. You get an empty Ziploc bag, okay? You put in your ramen, you put in your salt, you put in your pepper, you put in your condiments, you put in you make your meals like this, okay? And then you wrap them up. So what you have is your whole meal, condiments, everything. If you like milk with your oatmeal and this, that, and the other, do not carry a pack of dehydrated milk. Do not carry oatmeals. Get a Ziploc bag and make it. Milk, oatmeal, cinnamon, sugar, put everything together. You don't have to carry separate condiments. And even if you like butter, butter is like a preservative. You can take regular raw butter, throw it in your oatmeal, eat it 3 days later. Throw some water in there. Everything just does what it's supposed to do. So the moral is make your meals. Break all your boxes down, make all your meals inside the bag. And you can, if you use freezer bags, you can literally eat out of the bag. You can pull boiling water into a freezer bag, seal it, let your food cook, open it up with a spoon and do it. These are the little things I can show you once you get on the trail. But since I'm not there with you right now, or, telling when you're going to start, just remember that much. When you're doing your food bag, do not pack all these things separately. Just go ahead and make it as if you're preparing your meal. And the only thing you got left to do there is just add water. Sometimes people go into town, they figure, I'm just going to go in and go right back, and they ditch their pack. What does that mean? That means, they want to go ahead and go into town, and they think, no one's going to pick them up if they got a pack. And sometimes it's like that. What they'll do is they'll go hide their pack in the woods, okay? And then go into town, do what they want to do, and come back and keep their fingers crossed. I'm going to tell you like this. Just like a soldier and his weapon, never abandon your pack. That is your livelihood. That is your house. Everything you own is in that pack. You see what I'm saying? So if you're faced between a decision of, either hide my pack, and people do that. People that are in groups, and it's funny. I'll be hiking down the trail because I got an eye for these things. I'll hike down the trail and there's a group ditch their pack and they go into town. You get the one. There's always one. Like in the military, there's always one soldier that can't make his bed, and everybody gets in trouble. Drill sergeant come in there, and what is this clusterfuck? It's the same way. You're gonna have a weak one. You're gonna have a cold. There's gonna be somebody in your group that just doesn't get it. And I'm not putting nobody down, but this is the point I'm trying to say. Everybody in the group is so meticulous about hiding their pack, and then you got the one guy that just like almost put red flags on it. Here we are, and so it's like, what is that? You go over there to investigate this one pack, and you look under there and you just see 10 other packs. The guy just tricked all you guys up. What I'm trying to say is, just don't hide your pack. Keep your stuff with you. It's just not a good practice. You got to understand, these trails are next to trail towns. Okay, the locals know your MO, and they know all the hikers' modus operandi. Okay, so they already know what's going on. If they see hikers walking down the street, you look like a hiker. If they see somebody walking down the street and they don't see a pack on their back, guess what? Call up their buddies. They're gonna backtrack. And they're gonna start looking. Now, I'm not saying that people are bad. Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm just telling you, dude, cover yourself, man. You can't come in these people's backyard and think you're the only hiker they've ever seen, and blah 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 blah. Don't assume that you know better than they do. They live there. They know that stuff. So, and I'm not taking anything against the people, but I'm gonna tell you like this. My philosophy, I believe everybody is inherently good. Okay, I think what makes people bad is temptation. You throw temptation in front of them, anything can happen. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, you don't want me to start philosophizing. Okay, we're gonna let that go. So really, don't make it tempting. Don't give people a reason to do something. Okay. This last part, it's gonna sound like a contradiction, but it works. So I'm gonna share it with you. Even if it comes off in a negative light, I'm gonna share it with you. As a youth, I was always high strung. Period. And when I went in the military, I chose infantry on purpose. I was high strung. And so you get in the military and everything's fun until it gets real, until it gets real. you know, as far as the whole combat thing goes. Well, one day a old school soldier, you know, he pulled me aside, you know, and he said, "You know what, son?" I'm like, "What?" And he says, "You need to smoke." I'm like, "Smoking's bad for you, bro." I'm like, "Nah, man, you need something to take that edge off of this, your, you know, giddiness or whatever you want to call it." He said, "You need something to take that edge." And I see where he's coming from, because sometimes, you know, you can only compartmentalize so much. You know, it's like when you get this, you know. But I don't want to make it sound like I'm crazy. But the point I'm trying to say is this. Anyway, I mean, as far as his advice goes, I thought he was telling me wrong, just like you probably think I'm telling you wrong. You don't tell people to smoke. You don't tell people to do things that's bad for their health. In my case, it worked. Took me a long time to learn. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? What am I doing? But you know what? There was something about him that I admired, and he said, "Hey, this is if you want to do it, this is how you got to do it." So, and I'm not talking about weed or anything like that, but at any rate, I learned how to smoke. Okay, I'm not addicted. I don't have to smoke, but there are some times where, you know, you gotta decompress. You need to chill out, and that's when I pull out a Black and Mild or something like that. But and even to this day, just to keep it regular. Every Sunday, I'll go out and smoke. You know, I'll take a Black and Mild. It may take me a month to go through one Black and Mild, maybe even longer than that, a couple of months. I'll only need a couple of hits, and it's like, bam, I'm in the zone. But dude, you know, you're going to be on the trail or sometime, and, you know, it's just going to be stressful. Sometimes you need some way to take the edge off. You know what I'm saying? And people that don't smoke, they just don't have it. They don't have that release. They don't have that motor release. Personally, I don't like the taste of alcohol. Okay, so I don't know what it means to drink, and I admire people that can get drunk. You know, I was like, wow, you know, you can actually change your psyche like that. That is awesome. But no, I can get past taste of alcohol. Smoking, if it's anything like getting drunk, I see where you're coming from, and I understand when we get off the trail hikers, we throwing them beers back because you need some kind of release. I'll just smoke. But the point I'm trying to tell you is this: if you want to quit smoking, wait until you get off the trail. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you got to be a chain smoker, and you know what? There is etiquette as far as smoking as well. You know, you don't go in a shelter and just start blowing everybody out. You know, that's just not recommended. And I'm not saying you do that, but all I'm saying is, smoking has a way. I mean, it just hits all those right parts of your brain when you got a lot on your mind. And as far as through hiking goes, you know, like little petty situations with the groups and the whole stress, high school stuff, before you blow up, you know, before you just lose it, just take a step back. Go off in the woods, take a drag. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna do wonders for you. And you know, I mean, I'm a person that'll tell you moderation, okay? As much as I am about health and fitness, it's not because I want to live forever, and it's not because I'm all like some fitness guru. I could care less. I do it because I like it. I do it because I'm addicted. But at the same time, if I want to do something else, you know, I'm not all contrary because it's not considered to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? I smoke for medicinal reasons as far as the cigarettes and stuff like that work. I'm not worried about blowing a lung or something like that. You know, at the end of the day, you have to live your life. I mean, and happiness in itself is so hard to find these days. You know, I admire anybody that can find that little bit of respite, that little bit of relief. You know what I'm saying? That can actually have something like that, and it's a beautiful thing. So I hope you don't think that I'm trying to tempt you to do something wrong. And those of you that can't smoke, I'm not telling you to learn how to smoke the through hike. What this message is for the hikers that already smoke, you know, and you think, you know what, this would be a good idea for me to air myself out, and I don't do it just yet. Okay, if you want to stop drinking, cool. But as far as smoking, I'm telling you, it's gonna help you. You know, so there you have it. I'm at 14 minutes. Did I get everything? Yeah. All right, out here.